Too cool for this shit, look at my body language. Shit on everything, I need some potty training. Money missing, had to ask them what the rest of me. Before I call my bitches up, they say yes, hunty. Judge one of the sons, they gon' waste the dust. Judge one of my trash, cut your heel up your ass. Don't judge your last man, cause she don't want you back, man. Judge one of the gays, they dragging from today. Shout out to the bias, you ain't gotta pick a side. And if you in a class, shorty, you ain't gotta hide. Gotta make these bitches sick when they see you. And if I want you, they give a piece to you. Step her right in front of me, I hope she watch that ass. She looking at my phone, I guess they didn't wanna smash. Tommy says, who's in the gays? On stage, I got to shake my ass too. Fuck out my way when you see me.
Thank you for the receipt there. I'm sure there were stairs there before. Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh. I thought I'd be alright, but I'll give you a minute. Yesterday I went to Polyfest. Did anyone else? Yeah! And I didn't grow up here, so I want to live out my Polyfest up here. So hopefully some Pacific Islanders here to help me out. So ready? Mili. Batia. Lopati. Hey. Ho!
To all the hoes in the room tonight. Kia ora ana. Talofa lava, bulavanaka, whakalofa lahi atu, malo, elele, Maori, and warm Pacific greetings to you all. I'm MahMah.
And I'm Alex.
And we are
Two Fat Fine. It's so bright up here. It's bright. Yeah, like MahMah said, we are Two Fat Fine. I heard some people before asking for tickets for Two Fat Fine. We are fine, but our name's Two Fat Fine. Why don't you tell them why we're called Two Fat Fine?
Yeah, so unlike a lot of the folks probably in this room tonight, we are not very creative. If anything, we are quite literal. So Two Fat Fine. Fine, so in the Samoa.
In Samoa, the word for woman is fafine. I should say that. I'm a woman, if you can't tell. Lots of people don't know. So yeah, in Samoa, fafine, me.
And so in the Cook Islands, we have va'ine. So what we did, we just smushed them together to create fine. To all the aunties in the room, we're so sorry. We know it's not a real word. Okay, we're trying our best. As I said before, team, quite literal. There's two of us.
There is.
Fat. Well, if you can see us, we're fat. If you can't see us, we're skinny. I do joke about that, team, because I think Alex and I would miss out on a lot of money and a lot of brand deals if we weren't fat.
Yes, and a lot of food.
So also, team, we have the privilege of being powered by Moana Va. Now, has anyone heard?
Everybody knows.
I was going to say, has anyone heard of Moana Va before? Yeah. Okay. Well, for those that haven't, shame on you. But I will tell you. So, Moana Va is a Pacific Rainbow organisation located here in the beautiful Ōtautaki, Christchurch. And what they do is help support and advocate for our Pacific Rainbow communities.
Yeah. Hey. Has anyone been to a Moana Va event? Yeah, only a few. Well, the Moana Va have lots of events, so if this one is not for you, hopefully it will be. But if it's not, Moana Va has all flavours welcome, so please come along to a different event. Just so you know, like Mum said, we are a podcast. So today is being recorded. Just a little bit of housekeeping around the recording. We want to interact with you as much as we possibly can, but we don't want you to overshare too much because it will be posted. We don't want to be outing anyone on Spotify, do we?
No. And so with that, team, as Alex said, we are a podcast. We're not actually a comedy show. We just happen to be funny sometimes.
Sometimes is the word, yes.
And the reason I say this, team, is because a lot of people have tried to book us for comedy gigs. Oh my God, I'm sweating.
A lot of people.
Oh my gosh, I'm moist right now, team. I'm sorry, the lights are just exacerbating it.
It's hotter than the sun up here.
But yes, a lot of people have tried to book us for comedy gigs, but Alex and I want to stay like true to our roots. And so we have we're storytellers, that's how we like to see it. So we have a lot of beautiful talanoa, and a lot of that talanoa, yes, can be funny, hee hee ha ha. But we also have a lot of talanoa that is very hearty and sensitive. So with that being said, team, I just want to give a couple of content warnings for tonight. So you may hear things around anti-racism, swearing, what's some of the other things? Oh, fat phobia, anti-fatness, and also homophobia.
Yeah, when MahMah said to me, like, oh, we should probably give some content warnings, she texted me a list, and I was like, MahMah, what the hell is this? Racism, swearing, homophobia? Are we having a nice, light-hearted show, or are we going to Destiny's Church sermon?
We got them, boys, it's a trap!
Lock the doors! It says move to couch.
Yes, because I'm struggling. But you're going to hate this, and I'm so sorry. But team, it was Alex's birthday on Friday.
Oh, yeah!
And I was like, what better present? Do you know, I was going to get you something. Has anyone heard of a fuggler? Yeah! It's
very excited.
You're not a fuggler. But I just thought it was so cute. It's a really ugly toy. Anyway, but I was like, no, scrap that, because you're just so beautiful and cool. You don't deserve a fuggler.
I'm glad you didn't get
What
me.
you deserve is a live singing of Happy Birthday.
I can't believe this was not on the paper. It says move to couch.
So team, if we could all sing Happy Birthday for Alex, that would mean the world, okay? Ready?
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hey!
Thank you so much. As if I wasn't nervous. Oh, thank you so much. So you've heard a little bit about us. You know who we are. We would like to see who's here tonight. Have we got any queers in the house? Hey! Thank God. They're gonna like
it. Do we have any heterosexuals?
Are you sure? You weren't sure.
There was a bit of hesitation there. Well, as the minority tonight, I just want to let you know that I know the journey of heterosexuality is hard, and we do have resources and materials to support you in any way that you need. So
if you need a hug, we're here for you.
Yeah, come see us after the show, so we can total your journey in heterosexuality.
Top one. Has anyone here been to any of the other shows here at the Court Theatre this weekend? Yeah. Oh, terrible. But I'm glad you came to us. I recently, on Friday for my birthday, went to Quid Scriptless on Friday, which was the best show I've ever been to. I've never laughed so much in my whole life, which was really cool, but also the worst idea when you have a show here 2 days later. And you're trying to live up to that, so I hope you enjoy it. Please just laugh even if you think it's embarrassing to me.
And also, we had a Pride gig that we went to along with some other one of our people's Pride bingo.
Yes.
Has anyone gone to a Pride bingo before?
Yeah.
I just want to shout out to the beautiful Akira who gave Too Fat Fini a shout out.
Yeah, that was so cool. They did 88, Too Fat Fini. This was the best thing I've ever heard. I'm just going to put, and every time I see you in the mall now, I'll just be like, 88!
But also they were doing spot prizes, yeah? And I thought it was really cool because they were giving them out to like the youngest in the audience and the oldest in the audience who'd been married the longest.
Yeah.
And I said to Alex, and we started whispering, we're like, the fattest! The fattest! Because,
we will win!
yeah, because there's not often times where there's somebody bigger in the, somebody who's bigger than us in the room, but I was really scared. I was scared that somebody was going to be bigger, so.
Someone comes out to us. Yeah, but yeah, how amazing that it's Pride and we are here at this show.
We are here. We're here.
We're a part of Pride?
And we are queer, team. Just regarding the giveaways as well, we may be doing some giveaways throughout the night, or we'll have our beautiful Zoe Orlana come, if you want to contribute in any way, you might get a wee little MahMah prize as well. good. They're really good. But talking about Pride, Alex, when was your first Pride?
My first Pride. My first Pride was, I was living in the UK. I was 15. Mum practically forced me out of the house as a typical lesbian, didn't want to leave the house. But yeah, it was the best thing I've ever been to. Went to Canal Street, or Anal Street for the locals. And it was honestly the best time. So I was 15. I've just turned 32. So however long ago that was. And I'm still celebrating Pride with my mum, which is really cool. Give it up for my mums, what an ally! Yeah. So yeah, however many years that has been, she's still in the closet, but that's fine, mum, that's fine. She's still celebrating with me, yeah.
And now you're falling in love with every girl well, not now. Alex has got a wife. Used to fall in love with every girl that said hello to you.
Yes, I am a very stereotypical lesbian, fall madly and deeply in love.
But you have what I consider a very cute, almost like perfect little queer life.
Do I? Oh, my wife might not agree. I recently bought a house. How amazing, I know. How cool. I have been married for 5 years. Look at this, look at all my achievements. I've been with my wife since I was 18. Yeah, I know. Unless you count that 5-year gap that we found ourselves. But we refound each other, didn't we? If you want to hear how much of an arsehole I used to be, listen to our recent podcast. But yeah, I have a 2-year-old. We almost didn't have a babysitter. I thought she was going to be having to sit in the back with an iPad. But thank God for family. And we currently have another baby on the way.
Oh.
That's not. No. We currently have another baby on the way. That my amazing wife, Alex. My wife's name is Alex also. Alex and Alex. And we have a 2-year-old called Navy. So hopefully the next baby will be Navy too. Alex and Alex, Navy and Navy. I think so. Anyway, let's talk about Pride. And I told my whole life story. But do you want to tell us about your first Pride or your first memory of Pride?
Well, the thing is, Alex, I feel as though I have a very dead opposite life to you. I am not with child.
Neither am I.
Don't have children, although my name is MahMah, so I am mother. I have a dog called Paddington. I was going to say I'm houseless. I'm not houseless. I've got a home. I'm not on the housing property.
You're homeless, is that what you said?
No, I just rent, unlike you.
Right.
Yeah. One day team. And not married, actually single. Newly single. But my first proper Pride would have to be a couple years ago, actually, when I moved to Christchurch. And team, please don't hold it against me, but I grew up on the west coast of the South Island. And not many woos there. I know. But for anyone that knows the West Coast, has lived there, you'll know that it's quite conservative, highly racist, highly homophobic. And anyone that did, announce themselves as gay or didn't fit within the, heterosexual mold there, oftentimes they were kicked out of home. And Christchurch was a place that they kind of ran to. Mm-hmm. And so I never felt super confident in a way. I was always queer. I always say I never had a coming out story. The only thing I came out of with was my mum, and then flew out gay. But I just never felt super comfortable. Came here to Christchurch. Obviously, we had more of the queers around, but I still didn't feel as though I fit into a lot of those spaces. And a lot of the times it was because it felt quite Eurocentric. I didn't really see people that looked like me. They definitely didn't eat like me. They didn't have my shoe size. Nothing like that. So I didn't really feel good in those spaces either. And that's why MahMah means so much to me. Because MahMah was the first space that I felt like all the intersections of my identity could be celebrated there. So I just want to give another big shout out to MahMah.
Yeah, MahMah. Like you heard there, Mama said that she's recently single. I don't know if anyone follows us on Instagram, but we've started doing Too Fat Feeny tries. That's actually been such a pain. I don't know how to spell tries. So if you've been laughing at our social media, it's because I don't know how to spell tries. Anyway, I don't know why I went on to that random. I wanted to try. We can't do Too Fat Feely Tries Dating because I don't think my wife would be keen. Unless you are. No, I'm joking. But if anyone wants to slide into my DMs for a blind date with MahMah, I would love to do a Too Fat Feely Tries Dating through MahMah. So why don't you tell us about your dating experiences and what they should or should not be?
Well, I can only speak to the dating experiences that I've had in the past. The ones that I've had with women have always been beautiful for the most part. Like, we'll go to a cat cafe, you know what I mean? We'll do, you know what I mean? Like, it's cute, it's cute. The only thing that has, I guess, I don't want to say scared, I'll say intimidated. And I'm not sure if anyone will vibe with this, but I keep having experiences with lesbianas that carry these damn backpacks. Does anyone?
What's in the backpack?
So, does anyone know what's in these backpacks?
They all kind of know.
Dildos! Yes! So, these backpacks are a plethora of sex toys. And you gotta understand, I go from cat cafe, then we get like an intimate moment in the bedroom. She whips off the backpack, turns it upside down. These machines that I've never seen before in my life.
Machines?
I don't know how it works. I don't know where they go. And I feel like I'm quite experienced to a certain degree, but that just puts me,
Fair.
yeah, kind of out of my element.
Scary.
You know what I mean? So that's my only. So if you see a lesbiana with a backpack, just know what you're in for, okay?
Sounds like a good time, I think. A black backpack. Look out for them. I see many in the audience, I reckon.
Yeah, he's got a backpack. And then, like, men. Yeah, it's been a... Do I see a boo? It's just been a different experience, you know? Okay. And I've had these stories I can't share here. They're just a bit...
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah, listen to the podcast.
We'll get them out.
But the one that sticks with me, and I think this one sticks with me because food's related, is when I used to be on the dating apps, right? Yeah. I was about to go on this date with a guy, and you know how you get all dressed up and you're ready? You're ready to go. I don't know if people shave. If you want to shave, sometimes I shave. I shaved. Right, I put in the effort.
You did it
all sorts of stuff. Anyway, and I was all ready to go. It looked great. Anyway, he ghosted me. I'm like, okay, what time? Ghosted me.
What an asshole.
And I thought to myself, well, I look too good not to go out. This can't be wasted.
Don't waste it.
You know what I mean? So I went back on the dating app and I found another victim, right? And found the victim. We organised to go to, how do you say it? La Pochetta? La Pochetta?
La Pochetta, I think.
Pochetta? Is that the white way to say Pochetta? Okay, we'll go Pochetta. Anyway, we decided to go to La Pochetta. Anyway, get in the car. I'm on my way there, and it's quite busy. So I text him. I say, look, it's quite busy. Parking is a bit grim at the moment. You might struggle. And he goes, oh, no, it's all good. My mum's dropping me off. And
first red flag right there.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love the environmentalism of it, right? In this economy, save your pennies. I love a good relationship with the mother, right? Yes. But he's dirty, so unless your mum was going in that direction, just happened to be, I was a little bit, okay, that's right. Anyway, I'm walking towards the Pochetta. Anyway, and then he's standing there. I was like, you look fine. I can do this. And before he even talks, you know how there's just a vibe where you're like, oh, something's off, And we get into the restaurant, and I actually start looking at the exits. I'm like,
where's my exit route?
Do you know why? It's because as soon as we sat down, he started talking about how strong he was. He was,
I could lift you up.
Yeah. He was like, oh, this is how much I squat, this is how much I was like, I could eat you. Not only could I eat you, I could squat you and your mum. So anyway, this hoopla was going on, and I was hungry. So the next thing that happened was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me all day. This kid orders a pineapple pizza, and I love a pineapple pizza. I know some of you are not pineapple pizza, but I'm pineapple on pizza. But anyway, he orders it. He leans over the table, and he whispers to me. He goes, I'm allergic to pineapple.
No wonder this date was stuck in your mind.
I thought to myself, what the fuck? I thought,
EpiPen.
What did he order? Anyway, so that's happened. And I was like, I really need to get out of here. I don't like the vibe. Anyway, I see one of my mates come through the door. Escape plan right there, right? So she goes to sit down and I'm like, sorry, bub, I got to go see my mate over there to say hello. Anyway, I drop, he's probably carking it on his pineapple pizza. I go see my friend and I'm like, babe, I'm on a date I don't want to be on and you're going to have to get me out of it, right? So in about, I'd say 10 minutes, she could have done it right then, but I really wanted dessert. So, they do a good tiramisu. I'll suffer anything for a tiramisu. So I go out. What was that my doing?
Nothing. Just trying to get a word in.
Not when I'm talking about my tiramisu. Anyway, so I tell her, look, you got to call me about 10 minutes, right? She's like, okay, cool. We gave no details at all. There was no specifics. She just had my number, right? So I get to the table and I order my tiramisu. He ordered some basic vanilla ice cream sundae, his loss. Anyway, the desserts come. And before I could even taste mine, he grabs his grubby little spoon that had already been eaten his sundae from, right? He reaches across the table and plows the spoon deep into my tiramisu, takes a giant whopping heap and shoves it into his dirty, grubby little mouth. And, he's basically having sex with the spoon at the moment. Pulls it out and he goes, I love tiramisu. And I thought, well, if you love tiramisu so much, why didn't you order the fucking tiramisu? I was so upset. Anyway, we're saved by the bell. Phone rings. I put it on speaker so he knows, right?
Not obvious at all. I'll just have to take this call. Really loud.
And friend calls. She goes, MahMah, there's been an accident. An accident? She goes, but your sister. I said, oh, not my sister. Like I said, we talked about no details. She goes, she's been in a car crash. And I think, bitch, why did you
kill my sister off?
The dog needed to go to the vet. It couldn't be. It's my sister on the verge of death. And I was like, oh, damn, not my sister in a car crash. So I thought, well, I said, thank you so much for letting me know. I hang up, still asking no details. Where is she? What hospital? Anyway, I turned to him and I go, look, you heard? My sister's in a car crash. I've got to go. And he's like, oh, that's a shame. My mum's going to have to pick me up. I was like, oh, no. I was like, where do you live? East side. We're in Riccarton, right? So I'm like, I'm going to have to wait here because I'm polite, you know? I'm going to wait here.
You're polite except for to your sister.
And I don't like to be judged by any mum. So you know what I do? I thought, as my sister's probably dying in a car crash somewhere, I'm going to drive you home. I drove this kid home. We get to outside of the thing was too long. It's a what? Only 15 minutes to the other side. Felt like an hour. We get outside his house, and he goes, "Can I have a kiss?" And I said, "Get the fuck out of my car." And, and I said, "Go kiss your mama." Not this mama, your mama. It's not the most horrible I've had, but it was enough for it to be memorable because, like I said, he fucked with my tiramisu. You know what I mean? You know.
I love that at the start he was just like, I can deal with him, I can do that, and then as soon as he touched your food, it was done. He was a dirty little. Oh, that's so funny. Is there anything when it comes to dating that you definitely won't do or you've done before and you're like, hell no, that's a massive red flag to me?
A couple of relationships ago, I was in, what do you call them? A feeder relationship? Oh, does anyone know what a feeder relationship is?
Yeah. They feed you.
Yeah, it's quite.
Do they feed you?
Yeah,
like with a spoon.
Not all the time, but I was baby. Yeah, it's kind of a relationship. All feeder relationships are vastly different. They don't have to look like mine, but what my one looked like was like this person fetish-sized bigger bodies, which at the time, team, you've got to understand, it was a good time. Because if you think about it, when you go through your whole life and people just hate fat people, and then you find there's
someone who
and he was rich, you know, and a rich guy that wants to just feed you, I thought, oh, Well, how can it go wrong?
Yes, please.
Yeah. It went wrong real bad. But it was a relationship that was the sexualization and the fetishization of my body, which at the time, like I said, I thought it was going to be fun. Didn't turn out to be as fun as what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought that too. I was like, that sounds exciting. That sounds good. Free food? No. Okay, fair enough. I forgot. That's good. Why I forgot. Oh my God, yeah, I'm so sorry. I haven't told you. It's wild the amount of shit that we have to put up with as fat people. And recently you posted on Instagram, I'm sure you all follow MahMah on Instagram, because she's famous. And the things that people were messaging you in your DMs,
Yes.
I asked Zoe to, where's me clicker? I asked Zoe to put all of the things that I could find, so a bit of trauma for you.
Oh, these are not all. These are just...
This is just what I could find in the 2 minutes of research that I did. You probably can't read them, but I'll read the one that pissed me off the most. So the ones that are on the outside, that's TikTok messages from MahMah's just sat eating her dinner.
I do eating ASMR. If anyone cares or likes it, you can find me on TikTok, puri.mama.
But the one that pissed me off the most, Chelsea Wolf, I'm telling you her name. I don't know who she is. But as a plus size myself, I don't think people should glorify morbidly obese people. They need help, not fast food. Bitch, we need both. But yes, there's the two messages in the middle. They're people that actually messaged you.
Yeah, did anyone see when I shared these messages a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, some of you might see it. The reason I'm sharing these messages here is because they just felt real personal. Like, I get trolled all the time. I've been receiving hateful messages ever since I've been on social media. I have received death threats, a lot of death threats as well. But these two messages here, I just want to give you a bit of context. So the one here, what is this side?
Left, right. Wait, we're left.
Your left.
Oh,
anyway,
I'm looking at it. Left,
that
on the
side.
left. This one above me.
Now, this message was because I decided to try a spin class, right?
Good job.
No, because I left 10 minutes in. Because they're just like, the seat's so small, it's like a slither. I just sucked it up.
Was that one of the things in the backpacks?
Yeah, it was a spin bike.
Spin bike seat.
And it was so uncomfortable. And I went with some colleagues and I thought to myself, and we're all going at it, and I just thought, look, I can sit here for another 45 minutes with this seat in my vagina. Or I could pick up my stuff in the front of the whole class and walk out and just do strength training in the next room. And I was real brave, and I just walked out in the first 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Honestly, team, don't do anything that you don't want to do. But anyway, this person had an opinion. Because I post it on socials as I do. I post when I shit, when I eat, all sorts. And they go, oh, never mind, fat coconut. Are you going to blame the bike? Are you going to start a petition to change the way bikes are made so you feel better about being disgustingly, morbidly obese? Wake up, pork chop, you are the problem. And I was like, but this went to my request, so I didn't even see it. I only saw this message when the other message came through, and that's because I was cooking a dinner, right? I don't like to cook. I'm an Uber Eats girl, right? But in this economy, you know, I'm not here for the Marmite and the apple, you know, sandwiches, something like that. But I was talking about how, because I'm now newly single, that means that, you know, like, has anyone watched Lobster? The movie? Yeah, it makes you scared. Have you watched it yet?
You forced me to watch it. It was the worst thing I've ever watched. I made you watch Hairspray, and you made me watch that. Someone watched that. If you've not watched it, I didn't recommend. MahMah did.
So if you haven't watched Lobster, it's about this, like, how society's made to be partnered. If you're not partnered, and if you are single, really bad things kind of happen to you. So anyway, I was talking about, oh my gosh, now I have to think about a future where I don't have another person to, like, share the finances with and all sorts. So I started adding carrot to my bolognese. It was just like, you know, trying to think of economically friendly things. Anyway, they said, good on Chris. You're a disgusting fat pig. Maybe now, fatty, you will have to stand on your own two oversized, fat, swollen ankles for once. Can't stand you or your fat face. And I knew it was personal because they talked about my ankles.
They've been zooming in on your videos.
I know, and I just thought, well, you know, you have to be watching.
It sounds very personal.
So if you're in the audience today, They're my biggest fans.
Yeah.
I hate you.
So this is from the same person?
Yeah, that's from the same person. All of these team, if you go onto my TikTok, I get thousands of comments. But the thing is with these comments, I'm protected in a way from some of them. A lot of them are in different languages. So
I translated a few of these ones. That's why they're not very well spelled.
And yeah, there's so much hate there. But the ones that are translated in different languages, I can't understand them, although, and I can't speak Spanish, but I think I know what diabetes means. And, the whale emoji, so many whale emojis, boring, do better. But team, the thing is, this is really important for a lot of you to kind of see, and the reason I do the mahi that I do as well is because, when you grow up, like for me, I've grown up fat, I was like a fat child, a fat teenager, I'm now a fat adult, that's how I've always navigated the world, I've always been fat. And with that came so many challenges and struggles, but for me, it's because of how much society hates fat people. Mm-hmm. And what I realized, and this is this is only a reason, but I think a lot of the hate and the anger behind these messages is I truly believe that for a lot of folks, they've grown up thinking that to have a happy and fulfilling life, they need to abide by really colonial, Eurocentric ways of existing and being, right? And for that kind of looks like being smaller, oftentimes being white, oftentimes being straight, all these things, right? And so it really, really angers them when they see folks like Alex and myself living what we can consider a very happy
life,
fulfilled,
that's so true.
joyous life. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's such a good thing, like, about MahMah and them giving us this opportunity to be two fat fine, and not just being for MahMah and queer and Pacific, but also being fat, and that is us.
Absolutely, and I do think, team, that a lot of the hate that we receive, because it's not just me, when Too Fat Fini was made, we get the odd comment now and again, and I truly believe that it's a projection of people's insecurities and fears, and so the sooner we address that, and the sooner we challenge that, the sooner we can all live a happy fulfilled life, right? Swollen ankles and all!
Yeah, I totally agree. I am a victim of peer pressure. When me and Alex decided to have children, I had lots of comments being like, do you think you're going to be all right chasing your child? Like, you are quite overweight. Like, do you think you're going to be all right running after them, and will you be here long enough for them? I was like, oh, fucking hell. Okay, I better go and get a freaking gastric sleeve. So yeah, I went and got a gastric sleeve 4 years ago, and it's freaking working out well. I'm genuinely concerned this chair's going to come with me after, so.
You won't even believe how many chairs that we had to go through, too.
Yeah, I was like, do they have accessible chairs for us? This is as good as we've got garden chairs. So yeah.
No. But speaking of fitting in chairs, team, Alex and I went on our first trip together. We travelled to Wellington last year, and the chairs on that rodent plane.
Has anyone been to Wellington on an Air New Zealand flight? Yeah, me and MahMah basically sat on this together. The looks we got walking down the aisle together. Oh my God. It was like, please don't sit next to me, please don't sit next to me, please don't sit next to me.
No, truly, people were fearing for their life. You saw them. They were looking up, praying.
We got on together, and I said to the lady, oh, can I have a seatbelt extension? Oh, can we have a seatbelt extension? And she was like, no problem. What seat are you sitting at? Jack, can you get these two a seatbelt extension? I thought, fucking hell. Pretty sure I whispered that, but all good. No worries. I'm fine with it. I got to get up to my Jetsstars. I know everyone hates Jetstar, but the staff on Jetstar, if you ask for a seatbelt extension, like I just did, you don't even ask them. They got it in their mind. They're like, yeah, you fatty, seatbelt. But they walked down, giving me a little drug deal. They got it tucked in the top. They're like, here's your seatbelt extension. But no, not Air New Zealand. I'm never going to Wellington again after that. That was not with you anyway.
Seatbelt extensions of fatties and aisles.
Yeah, they were like, oh, I hope these guys are in the exit row.
Oh, that's it. And I don't know if you know this, but if you are a seatbelt extension wearer, you are legally not allowed to sit in the exit row. The emergency row, right? Because that row there, they always like, oh, but it has the most footroom. But I don't know. I've always thought, why don't they allow you to sit there? And there's two reasons, I think. One, I don't think they think that we can physically save anyone. We
can save everyone.
I know. So I think that, they can't save anyone. But also, the other reason is I think they think we're going to block up the exit with our bodies. It's like, if I'm going down, you're all going down with me.
Yeah, they don't want to say, oh, you can't sit there, you're too fat. They're just like that. Yeah, well, good job with these cards, because I don't know, just a little let you know, I have concussion. And I forget absolutely everything. So thank God for these cards. Oh, yeah! That's what it was. Speaking of fitting, you have the best story about not fitting in your bathtub that I hope that you would share. I know that it's traumatic and you only really share it to your therapist. But there's a lot of therapists here that can help you.
Switch that. Now everyone just thinks if someone takes a photo, there's just all these fat. Has anyone heard the bathtub story before? No. Okay. So there are a couple of people that have. For those, do you mind if I just tell it one last time? Yeah, okay.
You have to tell it again.
And this is probably, I haven't even shared it on social media or anything like that. And I've only said it like maybe twice to people. So this will be the last time I ever share it. So you're all very lucky.
Unless I keep asking to bring it up, because it's my favourite stuff.
Sit in Mama's trauma. Okay. So the house that we've been in, what, 4 or 5 years, right? It has a beautiful, what is this? Clawfoot? What is this? Clawfoot? Yeah. It looks real pretty and nice, whatever. Anyway, I was 3 or 4 years into the house and I just thought, you know what? I'm going to bathe. I haven't bathed in a while.
About time.
No, I've showered. I just haven't, bathed, whatever. Anyway, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make it a moment. Anyway, Chris, where's Chris? Chris, he's in the crowd. Chris is my ex. We still live together. Chris has looked after me for a really long time. Thank you so much. Hey, Chris. But Chris was going to go to work, but he said to me, if you're going to have a bath, please do not have a bath if I'm not here. And I thought, who do you think I am? How incapable do you think I am? Anyway, he heads to work, and I hate being told what to do, especially by men, Absolutely not.
I will get a bath.
Have my bath. Anyway, so I set up the bath, right? Put the candles on, the water's going. I grabbed the, expensive Lush jellies. I put it at the bottom, it all bubbles up. I took a photo for Instagram, right? And it just looks so relaxing. Little did those people know that I almost died that night. And so, anyway, I get into the bath. I've mismeasured the water, so there's already a tsunami that happens, right? There's already, the bathroom's already flooded, it all goes over. But anyway, I get in, and the jellies I've put in, the soap, is slippery. And I just thought, this isn't good. Anyway, but also I'm short, kind of, so my feet don't reach the end. So I'm kind of just slipping down. And I thought, this isn't good either. So anyway, I grabbed my hands to go around, with whatever little core strength, no core strength I have, to pull myself up. I don't know who made this damn bath. There was needles or something underneath the corners of the bath. So I pulled myself up. Oh my gosh, they ripped through all my fingers. Blood.
It was Chris. He was like, if she's going to get back without me, she's going to learn.
So I try to pull myself up. Fingers cut, blood everywhere. And I thought, if somebody finds me right now, what a scene!
Brittany in the bath there.
But I thought to myself, well, if I can't get myself up, I'm going to drown because I'm going to come down.
You're slipping slowly.
I have no core strength. I'm too short for the bath, and the water's just going to come on top of me. So my only saving grace was to somehow get on my front, right? And I thought, how the fuck am I going to do that? And I thought, I'm just going to have to create some form of momentum, right? With my body, and oh my God, it's like flashback. I'm going to have to create this momentum. And then somehow, the grace of God, I have to get on my knees at the same time. Look, the babe's been on her knees a couple of times, but this was to save my life, So I was like, Okay, so what I had to do, the momentum, right? So we're moving. We start off slow, right, as you do. We're swishing, right, back and forth, bubbles everywhere, water gushing over the things. I mean, there's more water on the floor than there is in the bathtub at this point, right? Moving back and forth. We're swaying. The momentum's coming, right? Sorry, I'm peaking orgasm. Anyway, right? And I flip. Right? It's like...
You did it.
Is it Willie? What's the word?
Free Willy? Wally Willy? I don't know what we're talking about.
I flip forward, right? And I thought, if I don't get on my knees, I'm going to, one, concuss myself, right? I'm going to smash my head on the thing. Or my knees are going to slip underneath the jelly, and I'm going to drown forward, and I'm going to be found like that. Oh my gosh, and I hoped and I prayed, and so as I flipped over, my knees, out, right? And don't get me wrong, but we got it. But also, we cut our hands more, because we're still holding on to the sides. Oh my gosh, so I look around, there's blood, there's like I said, flood on the ground. Anyway, I'm on my knees, I need a breather. I couldn't even call for help, because my phone was on the sink over there, because I wanted to be relaxing. Fucking bath. Just be disconnected or whatever. Anyway, I get up, I'm on my knees, and I was like, now I just need to get onto my my foot. One foot. I only got 1 foot. My 2 feet and my fat ankles. And so I put one of my feet up, and I managed to crawl myself. It was really a crawl team out of the bath. Like I said, I'd never seen so much water on the ground. I grab my phone, I get my towel, I go to my bed, and I sit there. You know when you reflect? You know when you had a near-death experience. You just need some time. Also at this time, the towel didn't even fit me, so I'm halfway. Like, I'm sitting there, my back's covered, everything else is hanging out. I'm on my bed, and then what do I hear? The door unlocks. And Chris comes home. I was like, where the fuck were you? He comes into the bedroom and he goes, you had a bath, didn't I? I was like, what, could you tell? Could you tell?
The floor had a bath. See? Aren't you glad I brought up her trauma?
The thing is though, Alice, if I have to share that story, and I don't know if you want to share this, but I know the people, it's my favourite story. But can you tell the story about the pies?
The pies?
And it's not a pie, it's plural, pies.
I can't. I don't know if I want to. That's my trauma. Okay, fair enough. We're doing
We're
trauma
going
stories.
1 for 1.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, okay. I was working in the UK, and I decided, like, okay, I'm going to have a lunch break. Went to the bakery, I got pies, plural. And I was just sitting there having my pies, and there was a guy across the street from me eating. I was eating, he was across the street. I don't know if he was drunk or he was just like having the best time of his life, but I was like, this guy, I'm going to park right here and I'm going to watch this guy because he's having the best time. He had his music cranking, he was like fixing something, a moped. And he was like revving the engine and he was dancing and he's listening to this music. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching this guy, playing on my phone, eating my pies. I think I literally had like 4 pies.
I love a pie, you know.
This was pre-gastric sleeve, so yeah, 4 pies for sure. So I'm eating my pies, and I was like, I'm going to like listen to what this guy's listening to because he's having the best time. He was like dancing like this, he was like, da 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 da, and I was like, yeah, wow, great, I love this guy. And put my window down, and I was like trying to listen to what he was saying. Couldn't hear what he was saying, so I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I'm going to get out anyway. So I got out the car, and I locked eyes with him. And I swear, he was like, I'm going to tell you what I've been singing for the past 30 minutes. He goes to me, who ate all the pies? Who ate all the pies? You fat bastard, you ate all the pies? I was like, oh my God, I never got back in the car so fast in my entire life.
Like he was singing about you!
And I purposely parked there like, I'm going to have a fun time with this guy. And he bullied me, yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I tell you though, because I had kind of a similar, but it was like with the pizzas. Because you know how I said I don't cook? And so there was a potluck. And I was like, I'll just go get a bunch of pizzas. So I go to Pizza Hut. And you know when you're a regular, but you don't want to be a regular at a certain place, eh? Right? They're like, hey, MahMah! Hey! They don't sound like that. Hey, MahMah! Excel pepperoni!
You went to the authentic Italian, but actually Domino's. You were at Domino's.
Pizza Hut, actually. Get it right. No. And XL pepperoni. And I said, nah, not today, Bob. I got a potluck. I'm gonna need 10 small pepperoni pizzas. I want you to mix it up for me. You know, I walk out. I'm with a mate as well. We walk out, and this guy out of nowhere goes, "Look at that fat bitch with all those fucking pizzas." I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I had a lot of pizzas. Anyway, I was walking to the car, and I look, and my friend starts getting real weird and starts side-eyeing me, and he goes, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Yes, motherfucker, I heard that." I was like, where were you? Where were you? Never stick it up for me. I just don't know why people got to comment on the food. We're over it, you know.
They're jealous. You had 10 pizzas.
I know.
Maybe you wanted a pizza. You should have shown.
I know, I should have given, kill them with kindness, you know. But the thing is, we go through so much as fat people, yeah? But we also go through so much as queer folk. And that's like anywhere between like the stereotypes and the boxes we got to tick. And don't get me wrong, love a good box. You know?
Yeah, if you listen to our most recent, I like the flicking, you like the ticking.
The ticking, yes. Yeah. Whatever you need done to your box.
We got you. We're here. 100%. I feel like I fit in with the lesbian stereotype so well. I'm like short hair, strong. Thanks, my lovely wife. Okay, not strong. Yeah, I feel like I fit in, but then there's some things that I definitely don't. Like, when you said before about the cat cafe, I don't like cats. Yes, my wife. I found the one other lesbian in the world that doesn't like cats. Yes.
Wow, I want you to know you got a couple of.
I'm sorry if we lose fans. Thank God we got MahMah to bring them back. And then I went to a queer event recently, and they were doing queer tarot reading. Tarot reading? I'm Pacific, all I know is tarot, and I don't even like that. I'm not even Pacific enough or queer enough, apparently.
So sorry, you definitely don't fit there. But I think I'm the same with, do you know how many people don't think I fit within the queer lesbiana category because of my nails? They're intimidated because they think I can't do anything with these. And to those people, I just want to say that you're so not creative, okay? Do you know they make gloves? Little finger gloves? You'll probably find them in the lesbiana's backpack.
MahMah's putting them in her backpack now that she's recently
done. We've got gloves for these. So don't think that I can't perform, okay? They're beautiful and they're functional, okay? So
yeah.
But the thing is, you were talking before, you said you were strong. Well, that was contested.
The one time I've ever said anything nice about myself.
I know you're also strong-willed, and I know you speak up. But the thing is, Alex, and I'm not sure if anyone follows Alex on social media. If you don't, please do. It's pretty crack up because you have horrific experiences, and I love your story. So don't just follow Alex because
you can follow my life trauma.
But I saw that your neighbour thinks you're a man.
Yeah, like I said, I just bought a house, and the neighbour came over to introduce herself, and she was like, "Oh, hey, whatever her name was. I don't remember. She doesn't remember. I'm a woman. It's fine." And I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, my wife's not home. I'm Alex. This is our daughter, Navy." And Navy goes, "Oh, Mama." And I was like, "Yes, Navy, you got me there." And she goes, "No, that's your daddy." I was like, "Oh, yeah, she doesn't know. She doesn't know who her daddy is." And I was like, "Okay, well, I can't correct her because it's too awkward, so I'm not telling her."
So you haven't, but there's been opportunities to, though. And you just haven't. And you know what, Alex? You piss me off because. And look, I think no one gender should be assumed ever, right? But I mean, she's old, and also you've had these opportunities, and I think you're the problem a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, I think I might be the problem. She's come over many a time. I said to Alex, when she comes over, she thinks I'm a man. You need to say, you met my wife, Alex. I'm the other Alex. She did not. So we're both not strong, actually. But yeah, we had a birthday party the other day, and I said, if anyone sees the neighbour, please tell her. You know the Salmon one is your daughter or your best girlfriend or whatever. But nobody's helping me, so it's not just me, it's all you. But yeah, I realised recently that I'm the problem. Because I have had many misgendering moments. When I worked in the UK, I think I was like 18. I worked at a mall, and they were like, can you come over to the mall? There's like a group of 20 kids here. They're all good, but we just want to make sure they don't cause any problems. And I was like, oh, good, I can come over. I was 18 at the time, thought I was like strong. I thought I was like this cool security guard. And I'd come over, and they were all good. I was like, hey, how are you guys doing? What are you up to? And they were like, holy shit, you're huge. I was like, thought I was offended at first, but they were actually saying like I was muscly. And I was like really feeling it. I was like, yeah, I'm huge. You're right. And they were like, where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm Samoan. And they were like, oh, what's Samoan? I was telling them all about the rock. And I was like, basically, this is England. They don't know. They think I'm from Australia. So I was like, yeah, tell them about the rock. I'm so strong and all this. And one of the kids, I think he was like 15, he was like, can I feel your muscles? They're so big. And I was like, yeah. I was like, feel my muscles. These are great. And then a little 8-year-old or something like that come right in the front of me, and he goes, fucking hell, your pecs are huge. They can't both be boobs. And I was like, ah! I was like, yeah. That's enough, boys. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I instantly turned into a man. I was like, I'm going to get going over here. That's enough, boys. That's it now, boys. We're going. And then as I was walking off, he goes, they're a bit softer than I thought they were going to be. So yeah, I've realised I am the problem. Did I learn by being molested by a child? No. Am I going to wait for my neighbour to die off? Probably. If anyone's free and wants to hang out in Parklands, tell my neighbour, come on over.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. But team, I think, has this felt fast?
It has felt fast.
Maybe not.
It's probably been 5 minutes. Everyone's like, what do you mean fast?
Yeah, hurry up. Team, we're actually coming to the end. Oh, I know. See, that's the reaction we wanted. Thank you. Good. But before we do, team, there's a segment that we have on our podcast. Maybe it's something we're bringing in. But we do. Yeah, we do. We do. And it's called Queer Questions. It's like I said, it's a segment that we have. And the thing is, what's happened is Zoe is one of our beautiful social media peoples. And we've asked Zoe to put together a couple of queer questions. We don't know what they are. We literally just have, where is it? We have a thing that just says queer questions, right? And I think what we're going to do is go through them. How many are there? I think there's like, did you say there were like 9? Yeah. So I think there's like...
She doesn't know even. She's like, I made this ages ago.
But anyway, would you like to go through these queer questions with us? Okay, cool.
Do you want this? Do you want me to do it?
You want me to do it? No,
queer questions.
Babe.
Queer questions. Here we go. Okay.
Hold on, I can't see. Hold up.
Move the chair. Let's move.
So moist. Yeah.
Yeah, no. We have to stand up. Okay, we'll stand up.
I'm going to hear it out. You know?
Oh. Fair enough. Okay, would you rather Lady Gaga's meat dress or Madonna's cone bra?
Oh. Look, the thing is, I grew up with my mum's bras were shaped like Madonna's. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like iconic for me. But oh my gosh, that's probably I'm just a Lady Gaga fan. But I do have questions. You know, like, was the meat refrigerated? Did it smell?
She had ice packs underneath.
I know. So for me, I'm gonna have to go with Lady Gaga's meat dress. I'm sorry, what do you think?
I'm a cone bra.
Cone bra? Okay.
Is anyone too young to even know any of these? Yeah. Good audience, yeah. There are people.
Okay.
You go.
Hang on, let me see. Hang on. I can't read. I've got a PhD and I can't read. Being a pageant queen with no personality or a comedy queen with no looks.
What's a comedy queen? Which one's a comedy queen?
The ugliest one.
Right.
Who's this again?
Who's that one?
Fair.
Anyone?
Who is it? There's Bianca Del Rio. Who's this one?
You're freaking telling the story.
No, I don't know who that is. Pheromone. The one that's in the Drag Race who does Christina Aguilera. No?
Okay.
Oh, anyway.
We'll agree with you.
I feel I can be both. I think I can give look, but give he. So, but if I had to, I mean, Bianca's an amazing queen. Oh my God, I wasn't answering it.
Yeah, I was like,
you go.
You know all
What
about
do you
them. I don't
like?
even know who they are. But I'm going for the funny one. I think this one. Yes.
Hey.
The comedy queen. Yes. Thank you. Answer my question. I'll ask you this question just so you know. I'm asking the
I'm not
question.
looking good.
Yeah. If you had to lip sync for your life, what song would you slay?
Do you know what? The first ever, I only done karaoke for the first time last year. And with you. And I think it'd have to be Fergalicious. You know?
I agree.
So like
I totally agree with that for you, because when we did it, if we're doing this together, I'm a dead at the back and you're going to be slaying at the front, because you just took off without me. We were supposed to be a duet.
I'm sorry. I just felt, but also tell you, somebody videoed it, and there was one of the mamas in the front that looked like she wanted to kill herself. She wanted it over or kill me or something like that. She was so unimpressed. I'm like,
please let this song be over soon.
So sorry.
Okay. Ciao.
This
is you.
What's the most unhinged gay purchase you've ever made?
My parents.
What's a gay
My parents
purchase?
out there. What a freaking question that, Zoe? My parents are here.
He's a very gay.
What's a gay purchase I can tell everybody about? What's a gay purchase? I had a baby. Yes, that's freaking expensive, and I'm having 2 of them. So that's the most expensive gift that I've ever purchased. I purchased my child.
You kind of did. There was a brochure and prices and everything.
There was.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to go fund me here.
No, giving you, baby.
Who's the question? Your question? Who asked that? I asked that. You asked that. I asked this. What is the most... What the fuck does that say? Irrational. I was like, irrational? Okay.
Interracial.
Whose idea was this? I have dyslexia.
She's dyslexic.
What is your irrational queer fear?
You know what? Sorry, being straight. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
I feel
like I said, if you need any support, we can sort you out after the show. It's just like, I just love being queer, and I couldn't imagine waking up. And you know what I mean?
I also couldn't. My wife would be shocked.
Hetero. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't. Sorrows.
Not somewhere we're just going to wake up. Pa-pow.
How many we got left? If you had to get a tattoo right now, no thinking, what's it going to be?
No thinking. Too fat feely. Just.
Don't hold me to that. In Wellington, we were. So if you've got any tattoo artists in the room, come
do it right now.
Yeah, right now.
Wait, is it me? Is it you? Is it me?
You go.
Did they ask that?
You go.
Would you rather be able to death drop perfectly or do the splits effortlessly? Oh, there's death droppers out there.
We got death droppers?
Let's go. Hold on. Death drop? Splits. Yeah. I'm a splits too.
Yeah, I'm splits because if I tried to do the death drop, it would actually be a drop of death. Because I physically, you saw me trying to get on the stage. Yeah, splits for me.
If I could do the splits effortlessly, I'd be like, yeah, go that way. I'm like, what time is it? I think think that's too fat for you tries the splits.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah? Right now? Not in that dress, stop it.
Okay, you'll suddenly get, how many we got more? Like 2?
I don't know.
Yeah. You're suddenly given the power to cancel one annoying straight thing. What is that?
Me?
Yeah.
I know. We're having a baby. Gender reveal pies. Gender reveal pies. If one more person asks me what the gender is, fuck you. We don't know, and we don't care.
I would love a zodiac, like a star sign party. Like, oh, Aries, Taurus.
But then you're like, oh, I'm having a Cancer baby.
Oh, or Gemini. Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think that one through. I don't know about that.
I
think this is the last one.
Okay. You did say it ended with a twink.
You said
yeah.
the guy is the last one.
You go.
Oh, I'm asking this question. Freaking hell. You wake up tomorrow as a twink. What's a twink? Is this a twink?
Yeah. What? Like a small hairless thing.
Right. Well, we are not twinks. We're very hairy.
we are not.
What's the first thing you'll do as that?
Well, it's just the opposite of me, isn't it? So I think
if you weren't you, what would you do?
Yeah, I'd probably do something like that a fat person couldn't. Get a bath.
She's saying you need a bath, and actually being under these lights, I think we both do.
Is that you? Yeah.
How rude. How rude. So yes, so you would do something that skinny people can't do.
Yeah.
If I was a twink, I would sit in the exit rows. I would be getting no seatbelt extension. I would.
Well, you know what? Speaking of things that fat people can't do, okay, team, Alex and I have always had this dream.
Oh yeah.
And we really want you to be part of fulfilling this dream tonight.
Yes.
Is that all right with you?
Yeah. Can you help us? Can we have the house lights up a little bit? And if you're able, are you able to stand up, please? I promise you can leave after this. Cool. If I can get you all to like do a little squats like this.
Just like a little.
Oh my god! When I was thinking about this, I was like, yeah, this would be cool. I wish I could video you guys right now.
Little juice in the joints is what I'm saying.
And if you can lift your arms up in the air like you're raising the roof.
Hey!
This looks so cool.
Keep going. Now, team, our dream has always been to crowd surf.
They were so ready. You guys were so ready. Just kidding, just kidding. Thank you so much, everybody.
You've been amazing. We've been too fat, Feeney. Have a good night.
Thank you so much.
For the girls, for the gays, for the studs and the queens getting paid, for the rock stars going both ways. We like girl on girl all day. For the DMs, for the days, for the fellas in the back giving trade. I can tell you wanna swing my way. Come on, baby, let me put you up on game. Girls,